Hi everyone, continue with the ISP connectivity options. In the first point is ISP service. An internet service provider ISP provides the link between the home network and the internet. An ISP can be the local cable provider, a landline telephone service provider, the cellular network that provides your smartphone service, or an independent provider who leases bandwidth on the physical network infrastructure of another company. Many ISPs also offer additional service to their contract subscriber, as shown in the figure. This service can include email accounts, network storage, and website hosting, and automate backups or security service. ISPs are critical to communication across the global internet. Each ISP connects to other ISPs to form a network of links that interconnected users all over the world. ISPs are connected in a hierarchical manner that ensures that internet traffic generally takes the shortest path from the source to the destination. The Internet backbone is like an information superhighway that provides high-speed data links to connect the various service provider networks in major metropolitan areas around the world. The primary medium that connects the Internet backbone is fiber optic cable. This cable is typically installed underground to connect sites within continents. Fiber optic cables also run under the sea to connect continents, countries, and cities. In the figure shown, this image is file protocol FTP. I don't remember. File transfer protocol hosting. Application and media hosting, technical support, voice over IP, POP internet access, equipment co-location, and web hosting. The next point is ISP connections. The interconnection of ISPs that form the backbone of the Internet is a complex web of fiber optics cable with expensive networking switches and routers that direct the flow of information between source and destination host. Average home users are not aware of the infrastructure outside of their network. For a home user, connecting to the ISP is a fairly uncomplicated process. The top portions of the figure display the simpler ISP connection option. It consists of a modem that provides a directly connection between a computer and the ISP. This option shall not be used though, because your computer is not protected on the Internet. As shown in the bottom portion of the figure, a router is required to securely connect a computer to an ISP. This is the most common connection option. It consists of using a wireless integrated router to connect it to the ISP. The router includes a switch to connect wireless host and wireless AP to connect wireless host. The router also provides client IP addressing information and security for inside hosts. And this is the image. In the top of image, single PC with direct connection and modem. The modem connect with the ISP. This is no recommended configuration, not is secure. And the bottom of the image is the multi-pieces with LAN connection local area network connected with a router, and the router is connected with the modem. This is a best connection because the router inside have a protection. And The next point is cable and DSL connections. Most home network users do not connect to their service providers with fiber optic cables. The figure illustrates common connection options for small office and home users. The two most common methods are as follows. In the first is the cable, typically offered by cable television service provider. The Internet data sinks is carried on the same coaxial cable that delivery cable television. It provides a high bandwidth, always-on connection to the Internet. A special cable modem separates the Internet data signals from the other signals carried on the cable and provides an Ethernet connection to a host computer or LAN. And the second is DSL, Digital Subscriber Line. And this provides a high bandwidth, always-on connection to the Internet. It requires a specific high-speed modem that separates the DSL signal from the telephone signal and provides an Ethernet connection to a host computer or LAN. DSL runs over a telephone line, with the line split into three channels. One channel is used for voice telephone calls. This channel allows an individual to receive phone calls without disconnecting from the Internet. A second channel is a faster download channel, used to receive information from the Internet. The third channel is used for sending or uploading information. This channel is usually slightly slower than the download channel. The quality and speed of the DSL connection depends mainly on the quality of the phone line and the distance from the central office and your phone company. The farther are you from the central office, the slower the connection. And the image shows home user, DSL cable, teleworker, and small office. Okay, DSL connected with LAN, connected with wireless, and wireless but connection satellite. And dial-up telephone, internet service provider, internet. Okay. Okay, this is the client connected with local area network to internet service provider. The internet service provider or ISP is connected with the internet. And additional connectivity options. Other ISP connection options for home users including the following. The first is cellular. Cellular internet access uses a cell phone network to connect. Wherever you can get a cellular signal, you can get cellular internet access. Performance will be limited by the capability of the phone and the cell tower to which is connected. The available of cellular internet access is a real benefit to people in areas that would otherwise have no internet connectivity at all, or for people who are constantly on move. The downside of cellular connectivity is that the carrier usually meters that bandwidth users for the connection and may chain extra for bandwidth that exceeds the contact data plane. The next option is satellites. Satellite service is a good option for homeowners of office that do not have access to DSL or cable. Satellite dishes see figure require a clear line of sight to the satellites who might be difficult in heavy waters area or places with other overhead obstructions. Speed will vary depending on the contract, though they are generally good. Equipment and installation costs can be high, although check the provider for speed deals. With a moderate monthly fee thereafter, like cellular access, the ability of satellite internet access is a real benefit in areas that would otherwise have no internet connectivity at all. And finish with the options with the allowed telephone. An inexpensive option that uses any phone line and modem. To connect to the ISP, I use called the ISP access phone number. The low bandwidth provided by a dial-up modem connection is usually not sufficient for large data transfer, although is useful for mobile access while traveling. A modem dial-up connection should only be considered when high-speed connection options are not available. In metropolitan areas, many apartments and small offices are being connected directly with fiber optic cables. This enables an internet service provider to provide higher bandwidth, speed, and support services such as internet, phones, and TV. The choice and connection varies depending on geographical location and service provider availability, and satellite connection, satellite modem, and satellite ISP satellite provider service. And finish with check your understanding ISP connectivity options. Question 1. What is a service that provides an internet data signal on the same network that delivery broadcast television and phone service? This is cable internet. Submit. That's right. Cable internet provides an internet data signal on the same network that delivery broadcast television and phone service. The next is what is a service that provides high bandwidth, always on connection using access line telephone wireless. This is digital subscriber line DSL. That's right, a digital subscriber line connection is a service that provides high bandwidth, always on connection using access line and telephones wire. Question 3. What is an internet service that uses mobile phone networks to transmit data? This is cellular data plan. A cellular data plan is an internet service that uses mobile phone networks to transmit data. And the network components type and connection summary. What did I learn in this module? Clients and servers are computers connected to a network that participate directly in a network communication are classified as hosts. Hosts can send and receive messages on the network. In modern networks, computer hosts can act as a client, a server, or both. The software installed on the computer determines which role the computer plays. Client and server software usually run on separate computers, but it is also possible for one computer to run both clients and server software at the same time. In small business and homes, many computers function as the server and client on the network. This type of network is called a P2P network. In large business, because of the potential for high amounts of network traffic, it is often necessary to have dedicated servers to support the number of service requests. P2P networks are easy to set up, less complex, lowering costs, and can be used for simple tasks such as transferring files and sharing printers. However, there is no centralized administration. They have less security, are not scalable, and can perform slower. The next is networking components or network components. There are symbols that represent various types of networking equipment. The network infrastructure is the platform that supports the network. It provides the stable and reliable channel over which our communication can occur. The network infrastructure contains three categories of hardware components: end devices, intermediate devices, and network media. Hardware is often the visible components of the network platforms such as laptop, PC, switch, router, wireless access point, or the cabling used to connect the devices. Components that are not visible include wireless media. End devices are housed from the interface between users and the underlying communication network. Some examples of end devices include computers, network printers, telephones and teleconferencing equipment, security cameras, and mobile devices. And the last is ISP connectivity option. An ISP provides the link between the home network and the internet. An ISP can be the local cable provider, a landline telephone service provider, the cellular network that provides your smartphone service, or an independent provider who leases bandwidth on the physical network infrastructure of another company. HASP ISP connects to other ISP to form a network of links that interconnect users all over the world. ISPs are connected in a hierarchical manner that ensures that Internet traffic generally takes the shortest path from the source to the destination. The interconnection of ISP that forms the backbone of the Internet is a complex web of fiber optic cables with expensive networking switches and routers that direct the flow of information between source and destination host. And for a home user, connection to the ISP is fairly uncomplicated process. This is the most common connection option. It consists of using a wireless integrated router to connect to the ISP. The router includes a switch to connect wireless host and a wireless AP to connect wireless host. The router also provides client IP addresses information and security for inside host. The two most common methods are cable and DSL. Other options include cellular, satellite, and dual or DLU telephone. And Webster saying, reflection question: Have you ever ordered a piece of for furniture that you had to assemble yourself? The box has all the pieces of part that you need, along with the assembly instructions. It helps you to look at the systems while you read through the instructions. Think of your network. And did you know what all the different device and connection times were before you took this module? Do you look at this piece and parts difference now? Okay. The first network components types and connection quiz. The first question is what type of network is defined by two computers that can both send and receive requests for resource is peer-to-peer. And what type of network is defined by two computers that can both send and receive requests for resources? Yeah, it is peer-to-peer. And question two, what are two functions of end devices on a network? Choice two. And they originate the data that flow through the network. They direct data over alternate paths. No. They filter the flow. No. They are the interface with. No. They provide the channel over which the network message travels. No. Choice 2. What are two functions of end devices on a network? They originate the data that flow through. Okay. They direct data over alternate node. They filter the flow node. They are the interface between humans on the communication network. Yeah. And question 3. A home user is looking for an ISP connection that provides high-speed digital transmission over regular phone lines. What ISP connection type should be used? Okay. A home user is looking for an ISP connection that provides high-speed digital transmission over regular phone lines. Okay, over regular phone lines. DSL. Question 4. What type of internet connection would be best for a resident in a remote area without mobile phones coverage or wired connectivity? Satellite. Question 5. Which term currently describes the function of an ISP responsible for managing local network, responsible for the maintenance of Soho networks, responsible for providing the link between the private network and the internet? Responsible for providing security, provide link between private network. Yeah, question 6. Which device is an intermediary device? Firewall, PC, server, smart device. PC no, server no. Mm, Smart device no, firewall I think. Question 7. Which scenario describes a peer-to-peer network? User access, share files from a file server. A user visits a web page on the company website. A user has shared a printer attached to the workstation. A user print documents from a network printer to has put in ink. Question 8. Which term is used to describe a network device? Okay, with the primary function of providing information to other device. Okay, device which primary function to provide. Provide is a server which term is used to describe a network device with the primary function is providing information to other devices server. Question 9. What is an advantage of a peer-to-peer network? High level signal AC setup. Question 10. What is a characteristic of a peer-to-peer application? Each device using the application provide a user interface and run a backend service. What is a characteristic of peer-to-peer application? Each device can act both as a client sphere but not simultaneously. The resources required for the application are centralized. One device is designated a server node. Each device using the application provides a user interface and runs a background. Okay, and submit. Excellent. You have scored 100%. Congratulations, you have passed the test. Okay, this is fine. And this is all for this video. This is network components, types, and connection quiz. See you in the next one. Bye.